Yeah. Yeah. We back like we just violated parole. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Be Real Entertainment presents Sports Fit with my co-host, Crown Vic.
Yes, sir.
And it's me, your boy, your player partner, your partner that's a real player out here in these goddamn streets. OG Good Game, certified player, man. You know what I'm talking about? Coming to you from the Hall of Game, where we giving you 360 degrees of game. For those that don't understand, that's game all the way around.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, man, we're gonna put this show in motion with the NBA. What we talking about? The injuries. We got the injuries on deck. So we're gonna hit y'all with these injury notes. And we want y'all to give us some feedback and tell us how y'all feel about these injuries and what y'all think, the Sports Biz audience think that, might happen because of the injuries. Okay. But wait a minute. Commercial break me too. One time.
Go ahead, dog.
Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share these shows with other folks. You know what I'm saying? Let them know about us.
Please do.
Help us
Please
grow.
Do.
We need to grow. Yeah. Okay. It's on you, man. Go ahead.
Let's go. All right, so we'll start. Like I said, we're starting with the injury news. Kind of a somber note. Recently, we learned that Victor Wembanyama's season was coming to an end.
Yo, dude.
Because of a glove. Yep. My guy, man. Sucks. But, they can commence tanking and see if they can get him a good pick. But, and maybe the other team too. Because the Philadelphia 76ers, they've been struggling all year.
But what Victor got?
Blood clot.
A blood clot?
Blood clot in his shoulder.
In his right shoulder?
Yeah, in his shoulder, yeah.
Damn. But shouldn't they have checked all that out before he even got into the league? I mean, is that something that's can happen suddenly?
Yeah, I think that's just something that can just happen. Yeah, that's just something that can just happen. Blood clot. So, got to get that taken care of.
So I can catch a blood clot in a minute. Just
I don't know about a minute.
I mean,
But they said
it was some strenuous exercise.
They said it was some signs, and so they went and checked him out, and they found a blood clot.
Okay.
So maybe he had numbness. Something. It was some signs there. So, that's something you got to get taken care of. And I don't really know how they treat it, but I'd imagine it'd be some pills or something like that, or something he's got to take, maybe some blood thinners, or I don't know, but yeah. So that's the unfortunate situation with Victor Wembanyama. So the Spurs, I can't imagine them wanting to be competitive. They still got good players, but I don't think they'll be competitive. What do you think about the Spurs? Do you think they just punt on the season?
I think they already did, because I seen Chris Paul out there. I didn't see De'Aaron Fox out there. I was like, okay, so if they ain't got Fox out there, they ain't trying to do nothing for real.
Which makes sense.
Even though, this is the real part of the season where everybody try to make their move or jockey themselves for a position. They way down in the standings. I don't think that they have a chance, even if Victor was there. They way down in the standings. But tell me this. Most tall 7-footers over 7'4", something like that, they always is very fragile. Do you think that he is a part of that group that's, fragile and gonna always be prone to injuries?
Well, he finished the season last year. So, he had not an injury free, but they also rested him a lot last year. But we knew what they were doing. They were still trying to get, a high draft pick. So they rested him a lot, and they had him on minutes restrictions. And then this year, it's a blood clot. So I don't think you chalk a blood clot up to, being injury prone. I think it's an unfortunate situation. So, I mean, I'd say, it's a medical issue more than an injury. He didn't get injured. He didn't get hurt.
Or do you think that, okay, by it not really being a on-court injury, do you think that they just punted on the season and just said, okay, Victor, we're going to say that you got something that, you know what I'm saying, that can heal easily, but we're gonna sit you out for the rest of the year. Do you think that, because I would say that the Spurs aren't beyond that type of activity.
I thought that's how they got Tim Duncan, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's how they got Tim Duncan. Like I don't feel like, I mean, because they held, it was a known fact that David Robinson got hurt during the year, but then at the come at the tail end of the season, they decided to hold him back.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I agree. And I thought of that too. You know, like, is this a real injury, or is it something that you know, it's not something, you know, that people said they could point out on court, because he was out there in the All-Star game playing, you know,
playing splendid.
Yeah, so I just think that it's just one of those things where he might have said, just let me get to the All-Star game. I know y'all want to shut me down, but just let me get to the All-Star game. Let me play, because you know, it's his first All-Star.
Yeah.
And just let me compete. Just go out there and compete. And, you know, they kind of fudge the skill competition. We'll talk about that type of stuff. We'll talk about the All-Star break later. But,
that was funny.
but
go ahead. We're going to get to that.
But yeah, I think he just wanted to play, and then they shut him down immediately after. So I think, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this was a fictitious injury.
Okay.
You know, something that nobody can prove. Nobody, you know, people can't say, you know, they can't report to the league and say they're, you know, tanking or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just something you just got to take their word for it, and, you know. Okay. And I think that what you said was, you think this is the time of the season where teams are playing for position and making their move. Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing.
Making their move.
to the
front of the ping pong table.
Exactly. That's the move they're making. Okay. That's the position they're jockeying for.
Okay. I get you on that. Okay.
All right.
The next injury would be AD. He played one game for the Dallas Mavericks. One game. He looked it good until his fragile self. What he hurt, his abs?
They said it was like a growing thing.
Oh, growing?
It was like it was like a growing thing. And I heard about this. No real news to update yet, but what I heard about this was when they got traded, they said it was an abdominal thing.
Right.
And what I heard was that, and you know, I'll shout out to Gil's Arena. I heard Gilbert Arenas talking about this. He was saying that, you know, you got to be careful with the abdomen, because if you come back too soon, it can go down to your groin. And so it was like, once I heard what happened to AD, it was like, oh wow. So I mean, that's right. And so he wanted to play, you know, for his new team, and wanted to go out there. And so maybe not to say he rushed his way back, but he came back. He didn't give himself the time he should have took. Mm-hmm. And it manifested himself in a related but different injury.
Right.
So yeah, that's unfortunate. But they said he's feeling good. You know, he's positive about it. And they said the Mavericks, Jason Kidd said they should be getting some news about him soon, because he's scheduled for an update with medical coming up here in the near future.
Yeah, but see, the Dallas Mavericks look scary when he come back, because they got, three big men? Well,
right now they got no big men.
Right now they got no big men, but if he come back like right before the, and they could just tread water until he get back. Mm-hmm. Man, Dallas gonna be special. I don't really like Dallas, but you know, with them big men, they gonna give Nikola Jokic a run for his money.
Yeah. I think they said Gafford might have been the one who was like furthest away from coming back.
So Lively gonna come back?
Yeah, they were saying him and Anthony Davis might be around the same timeline. But Gafford, it may, if he can come back, it might not be into the playoffs. So we'll have to see about that. But yeah, when they're a full team, just from that first half that they played, they're a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
And now to talk about the latest injury news. Joel Embiid has been shut down for the season. Probably should have been shut down last season. He gimped his way through the playoffs last year, and it just resulted in a second round exit. I think that was, or maybe it was the first round exit against the Pacers. So they lost to the Pacers.
I don't remember, but I want to say it's like a first round.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that.
I feel like that too. Because I think they had a good year, but then at the end, Embiid got hurt, and the Pacers, I think, were the underdog and were a lower seed and ended up beating them. But it's another year for Embiid, and last I remember seeing this, he's played roughly 50% of the games that he would have been available to play. So out of 950 games, he played about 450 of them.
So is that, what you trying to say?
That when he was drafted, 900 games were played.
Right.
And he was available for 450 of them.
Yeah, because he was out
he didn't play his first 2 seasons.
Yeah, he was out the first 2 years. So he hasn't been a player that's been healthy or always on the court. And if you got a player that's not on the court, he ain't really helping you.
Question.
Okay.
Do you think when it's all said and done that Joel Embiid will be the big man version of Derrick Rose? Win MVP? I
hope he don't come back and just be a shell of his former self. That's a good question right there. I hope not, man. It looked like he in the same room with him, but I hope that ain't the actual case.
Yeah, the difference so far between Joel Embiid and Derrick Rose is that Derrick Rose got injured and was no longer able to be the Derrick Rose that we knew.
Right.
Joel Embiid just ain't been able to be on the court. This is more akin to Kawhi Leonard, probably.
But Kawhi, he may not be Kawhi that we remember in the Tim Duncan and Popovich days, but he's still Kawhi.
Yeah, he also in his 30s too now. He's also maybe 33 or so. He's getting close. He's getting up there. So that guy just might be gone. Kawhi Leonard.
No longer.
Yeah, that played in Toronto. That guy might just be gone. Yeah, but so, what do you think? What do you think the Sixers should do with Embiid? Do you think they should try to get out of the Embiid business? Do you think they should just hold on to him and contend when he's healthy? What do you think?
From the standpoint of the 76ers, I would say, if a guy is not on the court, he's really no good to you. He's no good, period. You know what I'm saying? And if he can't stay on the court for a sustainable amount of time or amount of games, you probably have to move on. See what you can get for him. If you can get a guy or 2 guys for him, decent guys. It'd be nice if they could get another star to go with Maxey and Paul George. More so like a nice power forward, but I wouldn't know who, but get somebody that fits in well with them in a power forward position, and get a bench guy. If they can get 2 guys for him, that'll work out well for them.
Knowing Embiid is the injury risk that he is, and if you're trying to trade him, you're gonna get 50 cents on the dollar at least, or at most, I think. What does that mean? What does that look like? Who does that look like? Like a name that you would take, what is that, a Siakam? Like who are you getting back?
Like I said, I have absolutely no idea who.
It won't be Anthony Davis.
No, shit, both of them is fucking fragile as hell.
Anthony Davis has been available the last couple of playoffs, though.
He has been available, but he's fragile. He goes out for sustainable games, stretches of the season. He gets a lot of rest.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I just don't know. I don't know, but I think that as a fan, I would want them to hold on to him.
Right.
But if you're in management, you probably like, man, we got to do something else because he just taking up a spot. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't giving us the productivity that he's accustomed of doing, of giving.
Right.
So how do you feel about that?
It's a touchy situation because he was the process, and
he's still processing.
I mean, but like, how would the fans feel about just starting over? Like, it took so long.
Well, they still. I mean, even though that he won't be there, I don't think they will be starting over, because if they can trade and get something for him, even if it's to shore up their bench, you still got Paul George and Maxey. Those two guys they'll put butts in seats. You know what I'm saying? At the is it the Spectrum?
I'm not sure what the
name of
the arena is. Yeah. Oh, I think it's the Wachovia Center or something crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but Paul George is 34 years old. Like, that's not. That's.
He still got at least.
That's not a long term.
He still got like 2 to 3 more. Well, he probably still got about 3 more or 2 more years on his contract.
Yeah, I mean, that don't mean he has to play him though, and that don't mean the Sixers have to pay him. The Sixers can ship him out, I'm sure.
But why would they want to do that when they, when they be starving for star players?
They should just reboot.
Is that you as a fan talking, or?
No, I mean, as a fan, I don't think I'd want to start the process over again, because you just did this, and they finally got a franchise guy after 6 drafts or so. Like, they finally got a franchise guy, and he can't stay healthy. I mean, I don't want to say they bet on the wrong horse, but it's like, I don't know, man. It just sucks. It just sucks.
Okay.
It just sucks.
Okay. There's one news to note for the Knicks.
Okay.
Mitchell Robinson is back.
Oh, okay.
So hats off to the Knicks. Hope that they can make a move, or at least hold down their position.
Yeah, they're in two spot in the East. They're doing pretty good.
So if they...
Oh, no, I'm sorry, 3 spot.
Well, I'm about to say, if they're in the 2 spot...
They're behind the Celtics, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Multiple games behind the Celtics. Yeah. They're not really that close.
Okay.
Maybe like 3 or 4 games back. Maybe 5. It's something like that. But yeah.
So Mitchell is back. And who else you got on the injury list? Your boy for the Magic.
Oh,
Suggs. Suggs.
Oh, okay.
Suggs out indefinitely after a setback in his rehab. So he's out indefinitely. So yeah, that's gonna hurt the Magic a little bit. Trying to at least, they're in the 8th spot right now. Atlanta kind of wishy-washy, and I don't have no confidence in the Bulls.
No. After they got rid of Levine, and they don't really have any. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they got who's the power forward? Vucevic.
Yeah.
They got him. They got Kobe White. They got Lonzo. I'm not really confident in that stuff.
Always. He's always out.
No, he's on a season-long minutes restriction. Like, it's not,
Oh, he back?
Yeah, he back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought when you said he was out, I just thought you meant he didn't play a lot. But yeah, no, he's back. He just don't play a ton of minutes.
And then they got that boy that they got from OKC, the white boy, I think he's from Australia.
Oh, okay. That I'm not sure about, but yeah, I don't believe in the Bulls rosters. I don't see them making no waves anyway. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about the Bulls for anything. Any more injury news you want to talk about before we move on? Yeah, Lonzo Ball. Oh my goodness! Wow, he was supposed to be on a minutes restriction.
But he played 30 minutes.
He played 34 minutes.
There goes the injury restriction.
No, overtime.
There goes the injury
restriction. I'd seen an interview with Lonzo Ball, and it was crazy because he was saying the minutes restriction was good for him to make sure he don't hurt himself or something. Right. And now, I mean, because he said he'd like to play more minutes, but he thought that minutes restriction was good for him, so he could pace himself and make it through the whole season. Because he was saying, of course, yeah, he can probably play more minutes, but then he gonna just end up hurt.
Okay.
Or have to miss games because his knee swells or something like that. But
Kuminga's supposed to be on his way back for the Warriors.
Oh, okay.
Jonathan Kuminga, he's supposed to be back shortly.
Now, do you think that'll mess up the
chemistry?
The chemistry of the team. Because they've been playing well.
If he comes in and
is it gonna be minutes for him?
Role.
Is it gonna be minutes for him?
Oh, they definitely gonna make minutes for him.
Okay.
Because they wanted him to be the next, after Steph leaves, they want him to be the next, superstar.
Oh wow.
That's
a lot.
Whether he can live up to being a superstar, not being a superstar like Steph is, not being up here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But just be.
I know what you're trying to say.
Be a star.
Be their main attraction.
Be their main guy.
Or an attraction.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I hope they do well. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of them, you know what I'm saying? They got what I call the Butler bump.
Oh, the Butler bump?
Yeah, they got the Butler bump. You understand me? The Butler bump. And the Butler bump is, when Jimmy Butler came, he made the whole team okay, they stood up because at first they was sitting there with their head down, their shoulders hunched over, Steph wasn't really playing like Steph normally play. He had flashes of it, but he wasn't, Steffortlessly playing. And he bumped his game up. He bumped Draymond. He bumped the whole team up. The whole team just start playing like they want to win, like they think they can do it this year. And, you heard what Draymond said. Draymond said, at the All-Star game, he said, they going to win the championship. Now, that was bold of Draymond to say that. But as a athlete, you're supposed to say that.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to say.
You're supposed to say that. You're supposed to have that feeling. Now, I'm a Warrior fan, but I think that we're gonna make some noise in the playoffs.
Okay.
We're gonna get past the first round.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna get past the first round.
That might be saying a lot.
Now, we're gonna get past the
first round.
Depends
on how far
now, whether we get past the second round is another story, but we're gonna get past the first round. And we're not gonna be in the play-in status. We're gonna be in the playoffs, not the play-in. Trying to get in.
Is that a guarantee? You guarantee.
Just like Charles Barkley would say. Yeah. I'm putting that on the hood.
Well, I had this a little further down on the docket, but we'll talk about the streaking Warriors and the streaking Lakers right now. So did you hear when Draymond said those comments about them winning the championship, or did you just hear?
No, I heard. I was looking at it.
Okay, so my question, because I didn't see the interview. So how was it said? Was he asked, are they going to win a championship? or was he, or did he just proclaim it?
I think they said, how do you feel about, Jimmy Butler, being an addition to the team?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, we gonna do pretty well. He was saying something to the fact like they was gonna do well. Then he changed it. It was like, oh, my bad. We will win the championship.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He proclaimed it like, so hey.
Okay.
If he feel like that, if he feel that way, I'm riding with him.
Yeah. So so it was one of those things he had to check himself before, when he was saying it. It's like, yeah, we gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, we gonna win.
Okay.
And then they do got a big man. They got two big mans. They got Kevon Looney and Quentin Post. And Post been playing. Post has been a surprise.
He been shooting.
He's a big man, and I like it. I like it because you can't continue to play small ball.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Now you can have different times in the game where you just go small and try to run them or whatever, but you can't start the game off, play the game, and then end the game with small ball. It's not gonna work for the whole season. We don't have them type of athletes that we had back then when we did that. And even though when we did that, we still had big men that would come in and play.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
So, I'm sitting here looking at the standings, and right now the Warriors are a game and a half out of 10th place.
Mm-hmm.
And they're tied.
But we are in 7th.
Yeah, you're 7th now. You're tied with the Clippers for the 6th spot.
Mm-hmm.
So you already said you guarantee them getting out of the first, or not getting out of the first round, but getting out of the play-in.
Yeah.
How far do you think Golden State climbs? I mean, getting Houston's 4-5 games ahead. The Lakers are 5.5. How do you think the Warriors can get? It's only 30 games left. They got 31 games left in the season.
Yeah, we gonna definitely get up over the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? They finna drop.
21 games left in the season. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they finna drop. So we definitely gonna at least be in that 6th spot. Hopefully we can get to the 5th spot.
Okay, so
I definitely know we're gonna at least get to the 6th spot.
Okay, so if you get to the 5th spot, then that means you're probably gonna play, at least right now, to be somewhere between the Grizzlies, the Lakers, and the Rockets.
Yeah.
Who would you feel the most confident against?
All 3 of them.
Oh.
All 3 of them. Hey, man, I'm just telling you how. You know what I'm saying? Lakers without no defense, they gonna get tired. Luca don't play no defense.
He play offense though.
Yeah, but it's not about that. In a 7-game series, it's not about that. They're gonna exploit him. I'm telling you,
they got the number 1 defense over the last 20 games.
Yeah, but that's fool's gold.
Okay,
that's fool's gold.
All right, they popped the. I mean, they popped the.
And I feel like the Rockets is young. So we should be able to, you know what I'm saying, get through that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And Memphis, they Memphis.
Okay.
We always play Memphis, pretty well, and I feel like we can still beat Memphis.
All right. Well, let's just assume, just for the fact of assumption, just for the sake of assumption, that they made it to the playoffs, played whoever, and got to the 2nd round.
Mm-hmm.
In all likelihood, that'll mean OKC in the 2nd round. How would you feel about an OKC series?
Yeah. I still, like I said, I really think that we still like probably a player away from what we really need to excel. With Butler, Curry, and Draymond.
Okay.
And the bench guys.
Now, what does that piece look like?
I don't know.
What is that?
But you know what? We probably don't even really need a piece. We just need them guys that we got on the bench to step up like a Kuminga to be what the Warriors think that he could be. You know what I'm saying? We need him to step up. We got a Quentin Post, and we got all utility Kevon Looney.
Okay.
Hey man. Kevon, he steps in and plays well.
Okay.
But he's a solid backup.
Now, would you say Now, would you say the Warriors have a handful of wild cards? I mean, I think they got guys that they come in. You don't really know what to expect. They can do a lot or they can do a little.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Pozinski for the guard spot could be a wild card.
Yeah.
Kaminga for the forward spot could be a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Post who can come in as a center spot and be a wild card.
Right.
And so you got
then
three wild cards.
We still got Trace Jackson Davis. You know, he's
Who?
Man, come on, man. Come on, man.
Who?
You ain't gonna disrespect youngin like that, man. Trace Jackson Davis. He's a good. He plays center and forward. So I like our front court. You know what I'm saying? The way it's shaping up to be.
I don't be seeing him out there, but all right.
Yeah, he be out there.
I see Post out there.
Because he got size.
I see Post out there. I see Looney out there.
Yeah, he got size on him.
Pause.
He got height. He got height. He got, you know, he got, I think he like 6'10", 6'11".
Okay.
6'10".
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
All right, well.
Now let's go over to your streak
to the Lakers. To the streaking Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers.
They won 5 games.
5 in a row, yep. And they've won 18 out of the last 20. So they have been one of the hottest teams of the year, the new year. What do you think about the Lakers with Luca now? Do you like them better than they did when they had Anthony Davis? Do you think they're a better team, a more dangerous team, a higher ceiling team? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
To tell you the truth, I feel like they're better with AD, but
okay.
Luca's starting to be on the ball a little bit more, and LeBron is playing off the ball more.
Mm-hmm.
So, LeBron and Luca is a nice combo, and that could take you past the second round.
Okay, so you think they're a better team because you wouldn't say anything like this when they had Anthony Davis. So you definitely think they're a more dangerous team with Luca.
Just offensively. But
yeah, offense
don't. Yes, it is.
Dangerous is about offense.
No, man, no. If you can hold guys to under 100 points, to 85 to 95 points, man, that's dangerous.
Okay,
that's dangerous, and you can do it consistently.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Holding these teams down, man. You dangerous. And you got a chance to win any game if you can do that in the NBA. Any game. So, like I said, I like them better with AD because I feel like AD was more of a defensive anchor. AD was
for sure
a shot blocker.
For sure.
Rim protector. And he could shoot. I mean, I ain't going to say he could shoot as well as Luca, but he ain't too far behind with shooting compared to Luca.
Who, Anthony Davis?
Yeah.
I mean, well, he just don't have that creation aspect. He can't get his shot, you know. He's got to, be spotting up. Yeah. That's just, And I'd rather have Anthony Davis near the rim than out at a 3-point line.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I mean, Luca's out there, whatever. But
Luca ain't gonna play no defense. He ain't gonna.
He's been playing. He's been trying. They've been playing team defense, and he's been trying. He's been trying. I mean, I think that's all you can ask for is an effort. Like he's not gonna stop anybody, but you just need him to give effort.
I feel like in the playoffs in a 7-game series, Luca's gonna get targeted a lot. Like they're gonna target Luca for pick and rolls and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna either try to get him to foul out or just exploit him for his lack of his defensiveness.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like they're better with AD.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah, they're definitely better. I mean, they definitely be. Well, I mean, they've been playing really good defense though. I mean,
like I said, that's fool's gold.
Their last few games, I mean, the Clippers 102 points, the Timberwolves 102 points, Dallas 99 points, Denver 100 points, Portland 102 points. Those are all wins. Their 2 losses, they gave up 100 points to Charlotte. That's enough points to win, and they gave up 131 to Utah.
But you don't want to give up 100 points though. You want to keep your man up underneath 100.
That's not realistic in today's NBA. Under 100 points is not really realistic.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's not really realistic.
I ain't gonna go back and forth with you, but I think it is.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, stats. That's why he crowned Vic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I feel like if you can hold your man under 100, you should be able to win if y'all playing, if y'all hitting shots.
Yeah. I mean, I think under 100 puts you in a really good spot. But teams are shooting more threes than they've ever shot, and that's why.
But that don't mean they're making them. And in the playoffs, hey, shit get tight.
Okay,
shit get really tight.
So this season, I'm looking at the stats now for offense. The lowest scoring team per game is the Orlando Magic, and their average for the year is 104 points a game. That's the lowest scoring team. The highest scoring team is the Memphis Grizzlies, and they're averaging 123. So just holding people under 100 is not that realistic. Even the lowest scoring team in the NBA is over 100.
But saying that,
104.
You still can get your man. You still can get your opponent to under 100 per game in a 7-game series. You still can do that.
Well,
that's during the season, but in the playoffs, things get tighter.
Yeah, the playoffs is different,
and it's just a different beast in the season.
Yeah, the playoffs is different. Just the playoffs are different just because the game slows down.
Right. And so you ain't gonna be really getting that.
Yeah.
Getting that off. You ain't gonna get your funky off.
So that's why when the Lakers are giving up 103 points, 104 points, 102 points, in the playoffs that's maybe an 88. Maybe that's a 94.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I think they're in a good spot. If they can now, is this shit all smoke and mirrors? Probably.
Fools gold.
Probably. But they're doing it against good teams. I mean, the Denver Nuggets average 121.5 a game. They held them to 100. That's a win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think, just whatever they're doing right now, and it's all been pretty much since Vanderbilt's come back.
Okay. Yeah. He is.
They're 11-2. They're 11-2 since Vanderbilt came back.
Okay.
So I think a lot of it can probably be traced back to him. I mean, because some of these stats are back when they had Anthony Davis. They've been on a good streak for a while, all year, But yeah, time will tell. I mean, I think they can climb up to. They might be able to climb to second. I mean, they've got Denver. They've got Denver twice.
Mm-hmm.
They got them twice on the schedule, and they'd have to sweep them. But I mean, crazier things have happened.
They ain't gonna do that.
Crazier things have happened.
They ain't gonna do that. Don't even.
We got Luca Magic now.
Man, Luca ain't.
First we just had Magic. Now we got Luca Magic.
That's nothing. that ain't even in the same hemisphere as Magic. That ain't man. That's nothing right there, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. But listen to me. Hey, but did you see? I think this was on Gilbert's podcast.
Okay. Gil's Arena.
Gil's Arena.
Uh-huh.
How T. Martin got thrown out of another
game.
Another game for.
No, I didn't see it.
Just talking. I guess he was just talking too much.
Just reckless.
Yeah, just reckless mouth running. And Kenyon Martin let him have it.
As he should. I mean, that's what Kenyon Martin does.
But Gilbert Arenas and them other guys that's with him was against him. Like, nah. They was like giving T a pass. Like, nah, he should be able to say whatever he want to say, this, that, and the third. But to Kenya's point is, you are Ja's dad, and you don't want to be getting thrown out of a game and, you know, shining bad light on him after, you know what I'm saying, he just went through all the things that he went through, you know what I'm saying, the past 2 seasons. You don't want him to be, you know what I'm saying, showing up negative on Ja. Even though they were saying, like, they was trying to make a case whether, you know, just because he bought his own ticket or he was given tickets by Ja, you know, it don't really matter, you know what I'm saying, whether he bought his own ticket or not. He's still his father. He a fan, but he's still his father. And he, you know what I'm saying, he got to hold himself up to a higher standard. And if anybody can say this, I would say that Kenya can say this because, you know, not only was he a standout at UC, shout out to the Bearcats, UC, he was an all-star, and he was an elite player for, you know, a nice amount of time. And he got a son in the league.
That's where.
So
bingo.
Even having a son in the league, he don't want to do nothing that's gonna reflect negative on his son. As far as, you know what I'm saying, off the court type of stuff to give the Charles Barkleys and the Shaqs and the Kennys something to say, something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? You know, he don't want to put bullets in their gun, so to say. Now, what you think about that?
I agree with Kenyon 100%. I mean, he's also the father of an NBA player. Maybe not the same
caliber.
Yeah, not the same caliber of a Ja Morant. I mean, you know, not many.
But he's an NBA player though. Nonetheless.
So would you see Kenyon Martin sitting courtside yelling at an official like that? I mean, actually, I don't know, but.
No, he wouldn't do it.
Probably not the wildest. Probably not the wild. I mean, I seen Kenyon Martin on the court do some wild, crazy stuff. So I don't know, but I do think it does reflect. Not that it reflects negatively on Ja. I mean, it doesn't reflect positively on him, but I think you could be setting Ja up for failure, trying to show up and berate the officials because Ja's still out there. He's trying to win a game, and they might start calling stuff just to shut you the hell up. Like now he on the bench. You know, or he ain't getting an and one. He ain't get fouled. Get up.
That could be negative on the court.
Yeah, exactly. So
as well as off the court,
you could be thinking you getting over by yelling at the officials, but you could just be putting Ja in a bad position. You know, to be officiated unfairly. And to get a reputation for that, and for the kind of officials to kind of congregate together and be like, man, fuck him. You know, like we don't give Ja no 50-50 whistles. Get up. You know, play harder. And so I just don't think you want to put Ja in that position. And then if they just have enough of it, they might start banning you from arenas, or suspending you from arenas. Like, you can't come here. And all it would take was probably a few to do it for him to just, shut the hell up. But yeah, you can't be. I mean, if the players, a regular fan can't do that, just because he is daddy, he get to go up there and cuss the officials out, or run his mouth all reckless. Like, no. If it was a guy giving it to players, and fans have been kicked out for talking crazy to players.
But Gilbert was saying, like, man, he paid his money. He a fan, and they was going back and forth. Is you a fan first, or is you a father? That was Kenya's point. But Gilbert and the guys that's with Gilbert was saying, hey, he a fan, he paid his money, or I think they were saying that he paid his money, and he get the right to say anything else, just like those other people that be at the game who don't look like T. Morant, look more like the officials and the owners. Them guys, they get to say what they want to say pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It's rare that they get kicked out. It's rare. Unless they just really irritate somebody. Like,
yeah. I mean, I've seen fans get kicked out of arenas before, And so you got to think of what are they saying? I know Russell Westbrook got a fan kicked out.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah, so
I was just thinking that.
So,
but I think they was calling him. They was saying something about him that he was feminine or something crazy that they were saying.
It said
he wasn't going for it.
Yeah, so you just got to figure out what.
But is it talking, negative to a guy, like saying something about him in a way that's not basketball related, or talking basketball related is, what I'm saying, but just expressing your displeasure with how the game is either being called or just to another fan, another player. You know what I'm saying? Just like, oh, you a bum, or you can't shoot, or you gonna miss, or, you know what I'm saying? That's something different than, talking about like, oh, he might be wearing dresses, or, you know what I'm saying? Just saying stupid, crazy stuff.
Yeah, we don't know what T. Morant's saying. We don't know if he was saying, like, oh, you would think they have to hear this call. That call was bullshit all day. And you think they have to hear that every day. Was he saying that, or was he out there being like, oh man, your daddy you ain't get enough hugs, huh? Like trying to get up under their skin or something.
Right.
Like we don't really know what T was saying, so I can't really. To me, it's some gray area there.
So you think Gilbert and them was have a slight?
I don't think we have. I just don't have enough information, but I can see both sides of it. But I just think you gotta, if you're the father of you just gotta let him go to bat for himself. He's a superstar player. He don't got no problem going up to the refs and saying how he feel.
Yeah.
So why you gotta say it?
Yeah. He ain't the 14th or 15th guy.
Yeah. You don't need to fight no fights for Ja.
Yeah, he ain't the 12th guy on the bench or on the team. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no pull to where he can just go up to the ref and be talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or expressing his displeasure with the calls.
Yeah, I think.
What I'm saying? But those 2, 3, about the 3, the 1, 2, and 3 guys, they get a little room, a little leeway to say whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like, man, come on, man.
I think Steph got this right. I think you put your parents about 12 rows up. I think Steph got this right. Like, you put your parents, give them, they can say what the hell they want to say.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to hear it. Yeah. Whatever they can, but the thing about T is, he likes the camera, it seems like.
Oh yeah, he want to be famous.
Yeah,
he want to be famous,
and he like to be at the baseline, dapping players up.
Yeah,
he can still. But everybody know who he is, so he can still do it, and just go back up, go sit in seat 12, like go do that.
Right.
So I think that's probably what needs to happen. That'll probably that might just be a cure all. Just sit him back up there a little bit. He ain't got to go far. Just sit him back up there a little bit. To where he can yell, and they can probably half hear it, and whatever the hell.
Well, Steph's daddy is a commentator.
Yeah, but he don't be doing that.
He can't do that.
Yeah, but he don't be doing that. He don't be doing that though.
No, Dale ain't like that.
And then he worked for the other team. So if he did do that,
so that's what I'm saying. He can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah. So
but hold on, his son played for the Hornets.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's what. But he don't be doing that for his son either. Like they put mom up there about 12 rows up. And she just sit there and they just, they just show her like every 10 minutes. But that's probably the answer. Just sit him up there just a little bit.
Right.
And just get him away from the floor a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
I think everything will be cool.
Okay. What else you got?
Well, this is a little further down the docket than I wanted to go, but we got to talk about a big win for the streaking Cavs.
Oh.
Won 9 in a row.
Ooh.
And a big win against the Boston Celtics last night.
I was telling everybody.
Oh, man. So, Celtics were up. They started the game up 25-3.
And
proceeded to get walked down
by
the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, I was looking up the matchups for the season series. The season series they're 2-2.
Okay.
And all 4 games, if you add the score, if you add all the points scored by the Cavaliers and all the points scored by the Celtics, the Cavs have outscored them by exactly 1 point over the 4 meetings.
Okay.
So I think this is gonna be a great playoff series if these two teams lock up here in the playoffs. Which I think the only team that can probably stop that, maybe you disagree, is the New York Knicks. I think they're the only team that can get away with this matchup. But I don't think that the Knicks are a good matchup I don't think that the Knicks are a good matchup for the Celtics.
Okay.
You know, I just think it's a bad matchup for the Celtics, or not for the Celtics, but for the Knicks.
For the
For the
Cavs.
Knicks. No, I think it's a bad matchup for the Knicks, because the Knicks are the 2, or the Knicks are the 3.
Knicks are the 3.
And Boston's the 2, so they meet in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't think that the Knicks have what it takes to beat the Celtics.
Okay.
Just a bad matchup for them.
Okay. Even with Mitchell Robinson coming back?
Even with Mitchell Robinson coming back. I just don't think. I mean,
just give them a little bit more.
You know, they got Drew Holiday, they got Derek White, they got Porzingis. Like it seemed like they kind of got these counters for all the best players that they got. It seemed like they kind of got these counters for them. I mean, they have an OG Anunoby to throw on the Tatum or Jaylen Brown or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think they have more answers for what the Knicks like to do from their top two dogs.
Okay. Cleveland got a 7.5 game lead on Boston.
Oh yeah, they done. It's over. It's only 21 games left in the season.
And a 10 game lead on the Knicks.
They'd have to lose 2 out of every 3 games. They'd have to lose 2 out of every 3 games probably.
And I don't see that happening.
And that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. They too good. So they can forget about it. I mean, in about 2 weeks, I say in about 2 weeks, they can rest guys if they wanted to. I mean, they got a young team, but there probably ain't no reason for them to do that. I wouldn't want to do that if I was a Cavs fan. You might take the last week off.
Right.
So maybe they do that. Maybe they take the last week off. You know, let the players kind of, get well rested and walk right into the playoffs and, just kind of handle business in the first round and get ready to play for the second round, because that's when the playoffs are probably really going to start for them. When they have to play Bucks or Pacers or, something like that.
Right.
So yeah. Now, you believed in them all year. Any reason to? Okay. Okay.
Go Cavs.
All right. Well, let's real quick. Let's hit on this All-Star recap. So, Tyler Hero, he won the 3-point shootout. We had Matt McClung. He won the dunk contest for the 3rd year in a row. First three-peat ever in dunk contest history.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we have to really talk about any of that, but kind of sparked a little
debate.
Little something that's interesting for next year. John Morant seen the dunk contest and was like, "You make me want to dunk." Yeah.
I want to see that.
Then he tagged Zach LaVine, and hey, if I dunk, you got to dunk too.
But see, it'll be a lot more exciting because I didn't even watch the dunk contest.
It
would be a lot more exciting if you had these named players in there. Like, I think Zion said something about he want to dunk. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if you got cats like Zion, Ja, Zach LaVine, and let Mac McClung come back and defend his title.
Okay,
man, that'll be awesome right there.
Definitely.
I would want other guys to come in too. Other, high flyers.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't want high flyers more than I just want names. Like we just need big names.
I would want people like maybe Donovan.
Yeah, Spider. Spider in there.
I want Donovan Mitchell to get in there. If Kuminga could put something together, I would like to see Kuminga.
I like to see him stay at the house, but go ahead.
Nah.
His name ain't big enough. He gotta get some name first. He gotta get some clout first.
It's a difference, and folks don't really understand this. It's a difference with like competitive dunking and in-game dunking. Yes. It's a difference. So
totally agree.
I just would like to see some of them big names in there doing, at least that'll draw people back to want to watch it again.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, nobody cares if Matt McClung can do a 720 or 480 or any of that. Like, they want to see Ja Morant dunk.
Yeah.
You know, they want to see, they want to see Zion dunk.
Yeah.
Like, we don't care that, Joe Schmo can, do a double windmill. Like, so, like, say that for the Globetrotters or something. And one mixtapes. We had NBA All-Star Weekend.
Right.
We want to see all stars.
Right.
I mean, that's a bit of a bait and switch. We got Matt McClung in there. It's a little bit of a bait and switch. I'd say it's a little bit of a bait and switch.
It don't seem that too interesting, but you got to have him in there because he won it 3 years in a row, and give him a chance to see what he can do against these name brands. But you got people like LeBron's bitch ass. He's scared to get in it. You know what I'm saying? He's scared, and I'm gonna say it. And I ain't finna go back and forth with you. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. LeBron James is scared of the dunk contest. He's scared to lose.
I mean, 42. He's 40 now, though.
Since he first came, he done been in the league 20 years. So how many dunk he was scared for 20 dunk contests.
Don't nobody even care no more. Like,
now we don't care no more. But I just needed to say that about his bitch ass.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Therapy.
Yeah, I needed that. I needed to get that off my chest. You notice I said it with my chest.
You definitely did.
I ain't finna go back and forth with you. I ain't finna do it. But yeah, he folks like that be scared of losing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But you can't really be scared of losing.
Okay. And I didn't have this written down, but did you hear that there was talks of the 1-on-1, 1v1?
Oh yeah.
Kai said he got it for everybody.
Oh, okay. But yeah, they was doing that because they going off of how the females, the WNBA players did. They did a 1-on-1 and they doing a 3-on-3 as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that'll be. But like I'm saying, people will be scared to play because they don't want to lose, and they feel like if they lose, that's gonna make them drop down or slip down. You know what I'm saying? But I really feel like they shouldn't have it to where like, okay, you got like James Harden versus the Cat. I feel like they should have big guys playing, and then you should have like small forwards and guards playing each other. You know what I'm saying?
So should there be a center thing, or should centers play with forwards, or
centers play with the power forwards?
Okay, so it should be two brackets then.
Yeah, that's how I would like to see it, because I don't want to see
brackets.
No big guy.
Wemby playing Kyrie.
Yeah, see, I don't want to see that.
That'd be crazy.
I don't want to see that, man. Nah.
Okay, all right.
No.
All right.
But yeah, I would like to see that.
So who do you think will win a 1v1 for the big man? Who do you think will win a 1v1 for the big man?
I have no idea, man.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Cat?
I know it wouldn't be Jokic. I know he wouldn't win.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm positive.
What about for the guards? Or for guard forwards? You have a pick of who you think might win for guard forwards? Durant, Kyrie,
But see, Durant would have to be playing with them big boys.
With the big man? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do it like a height thing? Just in this...
Kind of.
Okay,
yeah.
So in this theoretical thing, would you put LeBron with the big man or with the guards and forwards?
I'll put him with the big man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to go with the big man.
6'8" and up?
Yeah.
6'8" and up? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think that'd make it interesting. It'd be a little bit of diversity there. You see, you could get to see a Durant versus a Wemby maybe, or a LeBron versus a Cat and stuff like that. Okay.
But LeBron wouldn't be in it.
No. He
wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't do it. Durant might not do it at this point. I think it's just kind of something. I don't know. Kevin Durant, he kind of like visions himself as a hooper, just a straight hooper. So he probably want all the smoke for that. Kyrie definitely built like that. I don't think you get people like Steph to play.
Oh, Steph will play. And he probably win the first one.
I don't think Steph will play.
And I'm gonna say it. I ain't finna go back and forth with you, but I meant what I said, and I said what I meant.
All right. Well, so
because you do know he was the All-Star MVP this year.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, that's a team structure game.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you know, I know we kind of got off, but I just wanted to throw that out there. I wanted to launch that out there in the atmosphere like an alley-oop.
Right.
Throw it up there.
Well, speaking of that,
yeah.
let's go ahead and knock that transition. So, how'd you like the All-Star format?
Hated it. Man, I want to see a game, man. I don't want to see the 40 and all that. You should, if anything, you had them other guys play, and then if they win, then they play. No, they just play the rookies or something. You know, keep it how it was, man. Y'all messing it up. Y'all messing the All-Star game up. To 40, no.
So what would you like to see them do?
East versus West.
I mean, because last year it was like 200 points scored.
Okay.
Like they ain't even out there trying. They ain't even out there putting on a show for the fans. They just out there just exhibition, just like, all right, I'm gonna shoot from here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this dunk. All right, got it. All right.
But see, but at a certain time, it gets tight. You know what I'm saying? They start playing defense.
I mean,
they want to win, and all you gotta do is just up the prize money for winners and lower the prize money for the losers.
But they were down 30 already, so it didn't matter. Like they were down 30 already because they were down 30.
But listen to what I'm saying.
I hear you.
Up the prize money for the winners, and you lower the prize money for the losers. And that'll change it because those guys, even though they get millions of dollars, they want to get that extra little money.
These are the highest paid players in the league. What number do you think takes to move them?
I don't know. The same number that it'll take for them to get in the one-on-one contest.
So one-on-one, you think maybe $1 million to the winner?
Yeah, something like that.
And then so it'd be about $12 million, $15 million for the winning team.
That'll sound right. They want that meal.
$1 million.
They will want that meal. And then you give them like 250.
Yeah.
They be like, I don't want that 250. I don't want that 250.
It's bus fare.
Yeah. So if you do that, man, I think
Okay.
I think something will pop off real special.
Yeah, I mean they spend so much on all these
endorsements and all that.
Not the endorsements, but they spend so much on the pony show of the All-Star game that if they can
promotion.
They can just do less of that.
Yeah.
Just kind of funnel that money to the players. You don't need all the all the stuff that comes with it. Like, people they're gonna either watch All-Star Saturday night or not. They don't need all this production, that you put into it. Like, yeah.
You can swing some more money towards the players.
Yeah. I can get behind that. All right, but that's all I got. Unless you got anything else, man. What do you?
No, just Steph scored another 56 against the Orlando Magic recently. You know what I'm saying? I just had to just get that out there. He's still putting up 50 balls. You know what I'm saying? And hey, that's Steph Curry, man. 56, and I think he was like 6 for 13 on threes.
Oh no, he had 12 threes.
Or 12?
He had 12 threes.
Okay.
Yeah, he was clapping. He was up there clapping stuff. Yeah. I was watching the game. He was going crazy.
Ooh-wee.
He was going crazy out there. It was kind of wild because they were down a lot.
They were down like 13. Like they was down like 13 points in like the first half.
Yeah, I feel like they was down 17. Like they was getting.
They did go to 17.
They was getting clapped.
For the most part of the game, they was down like 13.
Yeah. Then Steph brought them back in the third quarter. Like started going crazy.
I think he scored like 22 in the third
quarter. No, it might have been the second quarter. It was probably the second quarter.
No, it was the third quarter.
Okay, but I feel like he had 24 or something at halftime. I feel like he had a healthy number at halftime.
Yeah, but he scored like 22 in the third quarter.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yep. That's what I wanted to say. My guy he's still out there doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? And, they still got a shot, Might not be a big shot, but they got a shot. A 3-pointer from 3/4 of the court.
Yeah. A little shot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he can make that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean,
And he has made that.
A small shot's better than no shot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. Shit. You ain't got nothing else?
I mean, that's it, man. That's all we got on the docket, man.
Okay.
That's all we got on the docket for today. Yeah, been a good show, man. I mean, unless you just want to get into
Nah, we're gonna wrap this one up.
okay. So yeah, save something for next time. Leave some meat on the bone.
Yeah, okay. Pause.
All right.
Hey, I appreciate you for pressing play and checking us out, tapping in with us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, it is what it is. We said what we said. We meant what we said. That's it and that's all.
That's it.
Peace.
Hit that like button. It won't cost you a dime. Hit that like button for us.
Yep.
It won't cost you nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Just some love. Show it to us.